that first sip feeling. Good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. My name is Tiara, and I'm giving you guys a couple of tips working from home. I am a content creator. I do a lot of lifestyle content, day in the lives, specifically kind of working from home and just like, daily things. But I asked 2 questions if you guys wanted 10 tips working from home or if you wanted a home office tour. Looks like you all wanted 10 tips working from home, so that is the video I am doing today. And I decided to push off my home office tour video because I think I'm going to do that later in the fall, because I do decorate my office for the fall and it's so beautiful and just like more calming and relaxing to see all the nice decor, which I'm so excited for. So that video is going to come possibly around October-ish, but I will put up a link to my last home office tour. That way you guys can kind of see, the layout and everything of it. Nothing has really changed, but I did add a couple of new plants. That's about it. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have some coffee, which I have here, some tea or wine if it's after 5, if you work all 9 to 5, of course. But yeah, I'm actually in my home office right now. I have this cute little couch that I'm sitting on, so let's just jump right into it because I have less than 30 minutes to film this video. I'm filming this video on my lunch break, which only have 30 minutes. But the first tip that I kind of want to jump into, and it's really starting out the day. Also, I have my handy dandy notes here. First tip of the day is to get ready for the day. I do comfy clothes, but just get out of those clothes, make up your bed. Your skincare could be a part of your morning routine. There are a lot of videos on YouTube where people wake up at 5:30 in the morning, they go to the gym and work out for an hour, they come back, they make a nice breakfast, they read. You don't need to do all that to have a consistent morning routine. Everyone's morning routine looks different, and for me, I like to wake up, I make up my bed, I get dressed, I do my skincare. If I have time, I will go outside and go for a walk. But I'm trying to be more productive in my morning routine and really get in a little bit more movement in the morning time. So I've been trying to do yoga in the morning, and I just wake up just an hour before I have to work. I don't need to wake up 2 or 3 hours, but everyone's morning routine looks a little bit different. So definitely I would say just get ready for the day, have that consistent morning routine. It really does set the tone for your day. And maybe even do some type of like physical activity, whether that's yoga or just going on a morning walk, kind of get your adrenaline going a little bit. And tip number 2 is to have a dedicated workspace. And for me, I'm so thankful and very grateful to be able to have a separate office where I get to work from home. I can shut the door and really be in my own space to work in. I love my home office, and I'm just, again, like very thankful to have it, but not everybody has that, right? So having a dedicated workspace could mean a separate room, or maybe just like a section of your living room. Purchase yourself a desk, a small desk. It doesn't have to be anything big, and really dedicate that space to working. That way you can kind of break up that, right? Or if you don't have enough space in your living room, maybe set aside a portion of your bedroom to have that dedicated workspace. And if you don't have enough room for that, then maybe just work on your kitchen table and really kind of like, make some cute, nice things around to make it look like a desk. You kind of have to make it work. But I would definitely say having a dedicated workspace is very, very important, because it allows you to focus on your job and not be so distracted by anything like outside of the room. A lot of the times people think, oh my gosh, working from home is great because I get to work in the comfort of my own home, and I can work on my couch, I can work on my bed. And I would definitely say to that, yes, that is great. You can work in the comfort of your own home, but that also comes with the cost of loss of productivity, right? Because if you're working on the couch or you're working in your bed, sometimes you can lose that productivity and that really motivation. So I don't ever work from bed unless I'm not feeling well. Then I'll just take my laptop and I'll work on my bed. But usually if that's the case, I'll just not work. So just try to get into that mindset of, okay, yes, I get to work in the comfort of my own home, but let me set up a separate space to work in so I can still feel motivated, still feel like I'm sitting at a desk and I can get my work done. Tip number 3 is to take your breaks. And for myself, I have dedicated break times. So there are certain times that I have to take my break. And so what I do is I step away from my computer. Step away from the computer on your break, okay? I promise you it'll be there when you come back, but take time away, whether that's going for a walk. If you guys have watched my channel before, on every single work from home vlog, I always film me going on a walk on my breaks because I get to be outside, I get some vitamin D, and it's really just like separating my work from my mind, okay? And it's like, okay, I can come back now, I feel refreshed, I took some time away. And on your breaks, you can do some things around the house, maybe eat a snack, you can even check your social media, or your phone a friend. You really wanna try to get out of that space that you're working in and just really take your breaks because it's really great for your mental health. Being on the computer all day, every day is not good for anyone's mental health nor their eyes. And that kind of leads me to tip number 4, get outside. And when I say get outside, I mean go for a walk. Don't just sit on your balcony or your porch. Get outside, go for a walk, go for a bike ride. Just take in that fresh air because when you're working from home, you tend to just, okay, step away from your desk and you're going to go downstairs, you're going to go on the couch, you're inside all day. Even if you go into the office, which I do go into the office one day, and when I go out, when I take my breaks, I go outside. So going outside really just, it allows you to get some fresh air, to clear your mind, get some vitamin D on your skin, and really get a little bit more exercise. It also really makes you kind of feel refreshed, right? It's like, okay, you know, I was outside and I can come back in, I feel refreshed. Let me go ahead and get my mind right for my job again. Tip number 5 is to take a lunch and eat it. Take your lunch, take it. Step away from the computer again when you're on your lunch. Try not to work on your lunch break. I highly, highly recommend not working on your lunch break. Not only are you not getting paid, if you're not getting paid, who wants to work and not get paid, right? So take your lunch, create a nice lunch for yourself, sit down and eat it, really enjoy your meal and enjoy your food. And maybe that looks like going out to a restaurant or going out to get fast food or something like that. My lunches are only 30 minutes, so I don't have the luxury of going really to any fast food places for lunch, although sometimes I do, and it's literally like a 10-minute drive for me. So as soon as I come back, I have to clock in and then I sit at my desk and eat my lunch while working. So I don't do it all the time because I feel very rushed. But it's really important to take your lunch, to eat your meals. If you're not hungry, if maybe you ate your lunch early when you were at your desk, still don't work, right? Just go outside, do some things around the house, check your social media, phone a friend or something like that. And so at least you're it feels like you're breaking up your days and you're not just sitting at your computer all day. Tip number 6, which is really one of the first things you should do as soon as you sign in or as soon as you sit down at your desk, is to make a to-do list. I do this every single day. It helps my train of thought. It helps me stay on task and feel like I've been productive throughout the day because I can cross those things off. What I really try to do is focus on putting things on my to-do list from what I didn't get accomplished yesterday and making that a priority, and trying to get those things done first. With me, I'm always adding things to my to-do list. So it's not like I cannot do something and wait until the end of the week to do it because I work in loans. And so these people want their money. Okay. So I do a loan application. I need to work on that application, send it over to underwriting team, call the member back, get their documents sent out. Sometimes it's not same day, but I can't wait a week. I can't put that on my list and not get it done within the next couple of days. So for me, I'm always adding things to my to-do list, and I think creating a to-do list really sets the tone for your day, and you can kind of do a lot of the stuff in the morning time and, you know, have a heavier workload in the morning and like a less workload in the afternoon. Maybe that's kind of like what I like to do. And it allows me to free up a little bit of space or time in the afternoon to get even more things done. So definitely a to-do list I think helps, or writing in your planner in the morning or something of that sort. It doesn't have to be a nice planner that you got on Amazon that has everything like kind of like written out for you. Just get a pen or a pencil and a highlighter. Don't even need a highlighter, just cross whatever you have done off and a piece of paper. That's all you need to make a to-do list. You don't need anything fancy or anything like that. Tip number 7 is to put the phones down. Put the phones down. Step away from the phone, okay? It is a distraction. I do it all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been sitting on my phone for 30 minutes, scrolling. I got all this stuff to do. I haven't done anything yet. Now I don't feel as accomplished. I feel like I'm not being productive. So that's why when you take your breaks, that's when you can be on your phone. Now, of course, if you have kids, I don't have any kids at this moment. But if you do have kids, sometimes you don't want your phone on silent. You really need your phone on just in case you get a notification or from the school or whoever. But again, I like my phone within reach. I know some people say, well, you should really keep your phone, you know, maybe in the other room or maybe on the other side of the room. No, I want my phone within arm's reach if I need to call for an emergency or if I have family members calling. You just never know. So I don't like that. I like having my phone within reach because it's a security for me. And I don't feel the need to be on my social media all the time or check my social media all the time. I'm trying to like get away from that and not be on it all the time. But cell phones can be a huge distraction and it lessens your productivity. So put them away. Tip number 8, which is really important when you're working from home, is to get in exercise. This may be different for anyone, right? For me, I get in my exercise, majority of my exercise when I'm off work, and that's when I work out. However, when I'm on my break, I go for a walk. Sometimes I'll do like some stretches at my desk. There's plenty of desk exercise stretches that you guys can look up. Doing yoga, any type of physical exercise, it just gets your adrenaline going, endorphin levels rising and boosts up, which is really important, and it makes you feel successful. Get exercise in. It's really important to get your blood working, especially when you're sitting down all day. So and kind of go along with that is I have a desk, which I'll pop in like a little clip of the desk that I have. It's not a rising desk. I wish it was. It's an L-shaped desk. And I have a chair, of course, but sometimes I like to stand up, and you know, I don't like sitting down all day because it hurts. Number one, I get like cramps and stuff, but it's really good to stand up and work for a while. So sometimes the first hour of the day I'll stand up, the last hour of the day I'll stand up, and it just really kind of like breaks up the day for me. When it comes to exercises, go for long walks, go for bike rides. It's just very important to get that in for your overall health. Coffee sip time. Oh, so good. Okay. On to step number 9 is to maintain regular business hours. This is important. For me, I have to maintain regular business hours because that's my job. My job is to work from 8:30 to 5 p.m. I clock in, I clock out. I have a team. I actually do go into the office one day. So my day ends at 5 p.m. and that's when I have to clock out. That's when I'm done with my work. But if you work from home, and let's just say your company, if you get everything done in the, you know, early in the day, well, guess what? You have the rest of the day to, you know, yourself. And maybe the next day you have too much to do because you didn't get everything done the day before. So maintaining normal hours or consistent hours per day to your work time, it really is going to be beneficial because it's going to feel like you've accomplished something every single day. It feels like you're on a schedule, which helps that work-life balance, right? And you don't want to get burnt out from doing so much this day to nothing the next day to so much the next day, because it can feel like a heavy workload, and we all don't want that, right? You know, of course, the work hours can be flexible depending on your type of work. The last tip is probably one of the most important, and that is to socialize with your colleagues. Working from home, although there's many positives, more positives than I think negatives, especially if you are an extrovert, it's really important to socialize with your colleagues, because working from home can feel like you're isolated or you get disconnected from people. Sometimes you may feel lonely, especially if you live by yourself. So it's very important to socialize and connect with your colleagues. For myself, we have what's called a Teams chat, and there's 6 of us in the lending center that I work with. And we all communicate on a daily basis all the time, messaging back and forth. We have Zoom calls sometimes to just see each other's faces. On Wednesdays, we go into the office, so we do get that physical social interaction, which actually I really love. I love going into the office one day. It kind of breaks up the week a little bit, but definitely try to get in some type of socialization, whether that's with your colleagues, if you can, throughout the day, manager, as well as phone a friend, phone a family member every now and then. Even if you're an introvert, I think it's still very important for your mental health and your overall health to have some type of social interaction. Which, you know, if you have kids, you have that all day, right? But it's very important. I think that's definitely one of the main things when it comes to working from home that people don't realize, is that you can become isolated or feel lonely when working from home, because it's kind of quiet, right? I usually have an Alexa, Amazon Echo, which is Alexa, and I usually play music. Sometimes I listen to a podcast if I'm not on the phone. So just, you know, do little things, something that helps you. And working from home looks different for everyone. And yeah, you guys, I have been working from home for almost 2 years now. I started working from home, I think it was like October of 2021. I didn't really start filming until like well after that. I think consistently filming until well after that. Sorry, I'm checking my time because I'm on my lunch break and I only have 30 minutes till I have to clock back in. But yes, so those are really some, I think, very important tips and kind of like the main points that I really wanted to talk about. And for me, I have been trying to really focus on my morning routine, because that's what kind of sets the tone for the day, is getting up early, working out. I try to get up and work out early, but it's just not gonna happen. And so I have been trying to get up, you know, a little bit earlier, try to get in some yoga and try to go for like a quick walk or bike ride. And it's just a different feeling in the morning when you're outside. It's more peaceful, it's calming, it's not hot. So there's that. I don't think I would do a video on like nighttime routine tips after, you know, working 9 to 5. I think everyone's nighttime just looks different, and again, mine is different every single day. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I really wanted to touch on. I hope you guys are having a great day, if you're currently working or if you are at home drinking some wine, because I wish I was drinking wine right now. But I'm not, because I am in my work hours, so I can't do that. Even working from home, you cannot drink wine. But yes, and so just make sure you guys are following me. I just want to say thank you guys so much for following me. Like, I can't even believe I hit over 400 subscribers, and I know like I'm gonna eventually hit 500, and that's like the halfway point to 1,000, right? Because everybody wants to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I just, you know, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna finish my coffee. I have about 5 minutes until I have to clock back in for work, and I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys take care. Bye.